day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 5 of the MFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action here on first down. They complete it to Hill. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Herbert now. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Herbert. That one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st, as he can only get this to the 30.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 35 on 2nd down.
Herbert.
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. It's Eckler again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. after one, a 14-3 ball game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jonathan Grenard in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You've gone plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Jonathan Grenard. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Up the middle with Eckler. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Jonathan Grenard able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
18 Cardinal. I got one. Switch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Jonathan Grenard drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
19 Tiger. 25 the mic.
Herbert on 1st down now. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Isaiah Spiller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right. With his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Isaiah Spiller. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. 53
They'll drop to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to float this over the middle deep.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have...
On first down, Justin Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Gets around him. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Jones. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. They set up the screen to Chubb. The ball comes out. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Now Herbert following the turnover. And he'll find Everett there, complete. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Out left, he's got it to Everett. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Play action. It's Herbert. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing Jones. Wide open receiver complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. They got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, Jones. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, Eckler. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Chargers first down.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Chargers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
And Chubb will try the middle here.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run again on first down. Chubb down to about the 22 here.
67 yards on the ground for him so far.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Let's go one more. 53's the mic. 53.
A give. This is Chubb down to the 25. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Like nine. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Nick Chubb, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Herbert on 3rd down now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Remember we were kids and they all said, hey, whatever you want to do, make your kid a left-handed pitcher. Make them play baseball. They'll play forever. Forget that. I want a quarterback. All right? That's what I want to raise. In this era where you throw it around like crazy, you put up numbers like he did in his last game.
Last week, almost 500 yards. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. The numbers a week ago for Kupp. 8 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Steps away. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the ball. 41 Mike, right here. 41
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. The Cowboys at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. They're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Watch the pass. 26 Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 2nd down at 5. Another carry now for Edmonds. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Prescott. That is caught. It's Uzama. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Let's go. 26 Mike.
Here's Prescott. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Steps away to his left. This one to Bourne out on the left side. Touchdown, Cowboys! Kendrick Bourne, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 65 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Prescott now. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 38, Stafford. It's complete to Hopkins. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, Stafford. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off. He's coming.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Now that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Check, 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 check.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike's 49.
Now Stafford. And the catch made by Hopkins.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 2nd and 4.
49 to Mike. 149. 6-man.
Now it's Stafford.
That swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Target, 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 target.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's out to the...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
Inside the 20.
And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Bourne. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
Throwing. Prescott. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Strong left.
To throw is Prescott.
Check.
He's got his man. It's Gallup.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, it's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll throw again. Prescott. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Seibert on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10.
41 Mike. Focus, defense, focus. Mike 41, Mike 41. Stop your butt.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
49, guys. Mike 49.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
49.
Play action. Stafford. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
On 2nd down, this is Harris.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Santos' kick is up and through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
Ball delivered complete on the crossing route, Gallup. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. It's some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw.
Tosses the out route here to Gallup.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Play action now. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Rams are going to have it here just past the 25. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 26. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, Stafford here.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Push him back. Push him back.
On first down, it's Stafford.
Here we go.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
Here I come again.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Stafford on first down.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Mike 53. I know he ain't got it. 53's the Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On second down, they'll run it here.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first three quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, Prescott. Open man is Bourne.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And this offense on third down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. And the Rams getting set to go now.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now first and 10.
Check move 60. Check Mike 27. Ready? Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. We got 4. We got 4.
Stafford. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing again on second down. Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson.
Get ready. Get set. Run away. Mike 27. Mike 27. He owned him.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game.
And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Stafford trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And they'll accept that penalty.
41's coming. 41's a mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Prescott on first down. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Rams are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Harris. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And give him 6 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford throwing the out route and complete. It's Myers. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
Throwing is Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Harris has it over the middle. Touchdown, Rams. Najee Harris
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down 17-14, less than 90 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Come to our world. We want it. Come
to throw, Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert.
Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jalen Tolbert.
72 yards.
And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So now it's the Rams' turn, trailing by 4. A minute 13 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down.
49's the mic. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! 49, guys.
Now Stafford.
Bandit.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Stafford now to throw.
What a catch there by Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. He's back to throw. Man open is Robinson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Trips over here. That's overload.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right.
Tonight, from Lamp.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 15 carries, 95 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And here's Jones again on second down. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
That's taken in by Watson.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be fourth down.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
And the Bengals take over first and 10.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
First carry here for Joe Mixon.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. Third down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Burrow looking to pass.
And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow, Packer pressure, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Open man here is Gentry. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
31's the mic.
Now it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Play action. It's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Rodgers. Being chased out left. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And there it is. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. He gets this one to Boyd. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Simple drag route here. Lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
Here's Watson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
He'll find Aguara complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 14. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Now Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback between zone and man, sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now back to now Burrow loses the football. And this is going to be Packer football. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rodgers going to throw. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. 1st down. Here's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. He finds his tight end Gentry. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers.
Catch made by Watson on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On third down, here's Jones.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Rodgers.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Rosa's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense break through in the second half? Find out. Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here we go. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on first down.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Mixon will try the right side. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing quickly to Wilson. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers got Dobbs over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
31's the mic. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Amari Cooper from 4 yards out.
And the Packers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Rosas to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Here we go. Get the huddle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Open man here is Gentry. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Burrow looking to pass. To Mixon on the check down. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From midfield now, Burrow. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He'll drop to throw.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, defense, let's go. 54 is the mark.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
2nd and 5.
Rodgers now to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike 36. Mike 36.
Throwing is Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle.
And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Burrow.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Burrow on 1st down.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Roses to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And he'll go underneath here to Evans.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got him. Check three.
Burrow on 3rd down.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Let's go. Kill.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Green Bay, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they
Tonight, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
So here come the Patriots now on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They go play action here on first down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
4 down.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Ready.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Let's go. 10 what?
Second down, another shot for Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. First and 10.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
What did they call that on?
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
He sets to fire deep. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Back to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Michael Pittman,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
2nd and 3. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Saints' 40-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 2. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Touchdown, Patriots! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a New England touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A slant to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give to Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to throw now on first down.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
The Saints at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense, because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively, way too many lapses and big plays allowed. That ultimately doomed them in their last ball game.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week, as he's got a first down as well. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Ready up.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
Ready.
Now Jones. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Ronald Jones, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead.
And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
Mike 45.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Pats are an extra point away from tying. Ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Ready.
58 to Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 58, boys. 58.
Ready. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Watch his flare. Watch his flare.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pats at the line ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
On the set.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Caught by Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Come on, set. 70 Lions.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 45 at the box.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
70, Hawk 70. Ready, hut.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Austin Hooper. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's capped off by the Austin Hooper touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll set up a throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
He's got a man complete.
33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Jones. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And he gets it down to the 32.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side.
Randolph. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Here we go. Black 40.
Let's go one more.
Cut.
They'll keep it on the ground. Randolph, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
60 red. 60 red. Ready, go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Ready.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And who we got?
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Come on, Saints.
The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
32.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Cut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Pats are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Got it. Ready.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Let's go. 45's the mic.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Bronco 80.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Ready. Mikey 18. Ready, go.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now a draw play. This is Jones.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And Jones has it over the middle.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Ready, break.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. And time, a huge factor. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Patriots, they improved to 5.